Hello, viewers. I'm SB, and welcome back to Against the Storm, where today we are hopefully getting our last sort of preparations in before taking on the next rune. And I think we're off to a pretty strong start here. Impatience is creeping up a little bit faster than I might like, but overall, I think this is going pretty well. We have another Forbidden Glade over here that we could crack into. So I'm trying to get a sense of exactly the effect of this. Completing a Forbidden Glade event reduces hostility from dangerous glades by 2, from dangerous and forbidden glades by 4, and from small glades by 2. So we're -2, -4 right now. We've got 2 dangerous glades and two small glades open. Is that right? The first number is the number of them, and the second number is the value. Okay, yeah. So this is pulling our hostility down by a number that is irrelevant at the moment. It's 12 now, and it would be, it would still be in the range of 2 hostility, even if we didn't have the bonus. But at least we'll climb up to 3 kind of slowly, and we could pop another Forbidden Glade and just stack another reduction onto it. I think that is going to be our next big move, especially since we got this open. Like, clearing out these trees, I think we want to build another hearth over here, probably start building some housing, and then the people who are working in this area won't have to run all the way back to here to get their rests. The hearths themselves, just the presence of a hearth, does reduce hostility. You can see there, our hearth is -30 right now. Okay. Where would that go? Like, if we're going to put down a hearth, where does the area of this hearth ends over here. So, like, up here in this little crook is not bad. Yeah, this isn't bad at all, actually. And the only thing that's blocking that is a stonecutter's camp that can easily be moved. And we have the materials, right? Maybe we should just start off by doing that. Oh, I never built my archaeologist's office. Let's not space on this. This is the area that's going to be kind of unused, right? Where's the area? Okay, it's by the eggs is the area that doesn't have any hearth overlap. So, like, I'm trying to be cognizant of leaving enough room for housing, right? But this one doesn't have an access point. I don't think anybody ever has to actually go to it. We'll just build it here a little bit off of the road. Okay. And for the moment, more or less continue as we have been. We're kind of settling into our state here post accumulation of the new space. We got our hearth leveled up, which has brought actually hasn't changed the reduction at all. I was surprised by that. Okay, new orders. First of all, have in fact neighborhooded. It's just a bunch of cool raw materials. Secondly, what do we have here? Oh, this is ugly. 20 packs of luxury goods or 15 packs of everything else. And we get a bunch of, like, weird luxury stuff here. I guess this is a little easier to put together. Deliver 10 amber is not going to be any problem. And the reward is a bit better. I had to say the orders we're getting here are kind of a bummer. All right. 2 minutes to the next trader. We don't have any pack production right now. That probably ought to change. If we put down a makeshift post, we can at least start getting some provisions up. Actually, do we have a better provision building? Can I see? Yeah, makeshift post is the only one that we currently have. Although I do have an option here, because we could pull like the cellar. Right now we already have a 2-star pickled goods building. Although, do we have, let me click on this to get a sort of a roundabout way of, do we have production of, we don't have production of anything to actually hold pickled goods in. We need containers. Okay, so that's probably the thing we ought to be looking for here. We can make water skids out of a leather worker. Yeah, this is 3 goods that we don't have access to yet. Water skins are definitely useful. Let's get a leather worker going, and I think getting the leather worker going in like this area makes sense. Again, pretty far from any of the hearths. Yeah. And that's not that far from where that hearth is going to end up. We do need, yeah, we just need space. Like, I almost want to add another woodcutter's camp just for speed of clearing areas out. Okay, resolve is looking not great for everybody. We're all at maximum resolve from housing. Okay, nobody is affected by the fading. Consumption of fuel consumption is up, trade routes or whatever. Yeah, okay. Not a lot we can do about it at the moment, sadly. We're not built up enough. Okay, so what is the deal with this? A building designed to help you study the past can be upgraded to locate archaeological discoveries or improve the settlement's exploration capabilities. So at the top level, we have access to reveals the location of the latest discovery, or scouts work 10% faster on glade events for every 2 reputation gained from glade events, which right now is not even one increment. We have a single point. Or scouts can carry 4 additional items and move 7% faster for every 2 ancient tablets in the settlement warehouse. How do you come to a value like 7% faster from a game design standpoint? I wonder. And then, yeah, there's more levels beyond that. So if I wanted to say, do this short-range scanner thing, it looks like none of these upgrades have a cost. Let's hit this button. Okay, the level 2s will have a cost. So we can find another discovery. Every 2 hostility levels grant +1 to tool production is kind of cool. Or -10 hostility for every ancient tablet in your warehouse. That could be really valuable. There are some times where that's going to be really valuable. Okay, so apparently there is an archaeological discovery to be made right over there. Well, if I want to clear up space, and also I want to do archaeology, we've made room for like a building or 2 over here. Let's pull this over to here, and gosh, is that maybe the best way to go in is, I was thinking like it would be cool to clear this forest, but also it's going to make it take like 100 years to reach the clearing that we want. Maybe we pull it over here, actually. Just next to these eggs. You know, I should probably, like, maybe it's better for the trees to cut trees to be behind the farm instead of just requiring everybody to run directly over the field. All right, the storm is pretty long. We're gonna try a little bit of favor juggling, but we might actually lose a harpy here. We got to get some advanced needs going. Okay. And it's fine to cut into stuff here. We have no reason not to open glades during the storm on this run, I believe. Okay, we don't have leisure need fulfillment, bonus reed production, 10 amber every time a villager dies or leaves. Well, I don't intend to fulfill the leisure need probably, And we're really hoping nobody's going to die or leave. So I guess we take leather gloves, even though I don't think it's actually good for us. Okay, so what do we got here? Royal archaeologists are certain that a phenomenal discovery is hidden here. The Queen offers a generous reward for unearthing this ancient skeleton. This event is multi-stage and includes excavation, conservation, and reconstruction. And also, we found more farmland. Okay, so how do we interact with this? We can just salvage it, or we can excavate. I feel like we should excavate it, right? This is the thing the Queen wants. Berries for the work crew, and then also... how are we doing on wood? Yeah, we could make this a plank thing. We have bonus to plank production. So yeah, I'm gonna put some people on this. Get to work. We'll get a chest of ancient tablets and the next stage of the process. So okay, at any point we could do the salvage thing, break it down, and just not continue the process. Okay. What do you have? You do not have any planks, worth noting. We kind of don't have a ton to sell right now. I mean, we got berries, we got some plant fiber, and we have a fair amount of amber worth of those things. But honestly, I want to hold on to them as best I can, I think. Are we like desperate to get anything going here? Not really. I could take 10 of your amber, but also we could get 10 amber from elsewhere. Yeah, I think we maybe just don't mess with this trader. Oh, I have an herbalist camp that has run out of resources. But think about all the herbs that there are to be had. How do I want to connect to that? I built these buildings kind of a weird location. Well, I guess the tinctury, I didn't make the choice. Maybe, we can't move the leather worker now that it's in place. Most buildings don't move very well. I guess, and this is also something that's not going to move. Yeah, I maybe should have paid a little bit more attention. I did a really weird job of this. It does feel like this needs a road though, right? Okay, it's just going to be weird. Okay. Sometimes it's weird. Is there enough room for this across the road? No, the stone deposits themselves block the path. We're thinking we're just going to break this down, right? Yeah, I should just go ahead and do that. And then we can move the stone thing up there. We need some people, though. Okay, this it looks like we don't actually have any deposits for. So I guess that is where I'm going to get some people. Stone. We have plenty of stone. Use stone for the salvaging, and that'll get us some provision packs. I didn't end up taking a building blueprint that gives us improved provision pack production. So I think we want to just go ahead and build this makeshift post over here. If we want to run trade routes, we're going to need a source of provision packs eventually. Okay, and groups of newcomers. Hard to argue with tools and coal, right? And I think for the moment, I'm going to disable the burning of coal in the hearth. We'll try to hold on to that until we are ready to deliver the important delivery. These are the trees I would love for you to focus on for the moment. Okay, we're busting that down. That'll be helpful. So, this leather worker. You need either oil or meat to produce leather skins. Leather skins, water skins. Well, we can get some production going with the ranch. We can also produce oil. We don't actually have any of the pickled goods. Yeah, we don't have any of the distilleries built yet, so it's not like a huge problem. But we're going to have to start working out this chain of buildings, right? Well, we'll do it up here. Let me get this out of the way, build the hearth, and then we can figure out like the space requirements and where everything needs to go from there. All right, can we run some trade routes that give us at least 8 value? We do have a fair amount of grain. Can I kick this up? I can kick this up to 4. Yeah. Have a fair amount of grain that we're not directly using. We're still pulling plant fiber faster than we're using it as well. So I don't feel too bad about that. So that gets us 2 of our 4 trade routes worth at least 8 each. Okay, they're working on that. Okay, so we can just keep this up here, and it's working pretty well. You guys are mining as quickly as you can mine. Let's get that additional hearth in place. Okay, I am stressing our board production a little bit right now, which is especially, you know, kind of dangerous because wood is the thing we're burning in our hearths. We do need to get some production of better fuels going, or we need to actually build that second woodcutters camp. But running 3 extra woodcutters all the time does give you a lot of extra hostility. All right, actually, give me some cuts over here too. I'm gonna move this forward. Okay, what have we got? We've discovered some bones here. After successfully excavating most of the ancient bones, they now need to be carefully conserved before proceeding to reconstruction. However, the creature has not yet been identified, so we're going to need combustibles and some kind of fancy something. And the salvage value keeps going up. I assume like each stage it's better and better to just break the whole thing down. It's an interesting way of designing this. So we need incense or resin or something. Selling tools is probably not a thing I'm willing to do. And selling coal is definitely a thing I'm not willing to do. We are going to need some more provision packs, and we do have a reasonable number of people who do not currently have work. Let's get a couple of hands in here. Get me like... Let's try to keep 9 on hand at least. Because 9 is the number we have to deliver for the actual quest. Alright. You lot are working as hard as you can. Pipes we can make out of this as well. Let's try to keep at least 4 pipes in stock. Because I think 4 is the amount that it costs to include people in a building, right? I guess we can pull our scouts off of this for the moment since we can't work on it. And they can start doing other stuff. For example, we can have one of them come over here and be the firekeeper for our additional hearth. And then we can start talking about some other stuff. I would love to get rid of this. I need 3 tools. Because this is kind of in the middle of my building space, obviously. Honestly, the break open on this is not bad at all. That's a lot of useful stuff. I think I would rather send it home, but yeah, that's a lot of useful stuff. All right, so this badly needs to get upgraded. It could provide us some real benefit if we could upgrade it. Oh, I should build the farm over here while I'm thinking. It's very easy to get like drawn into 10 million different things. We'll just put, I don't know, 2 people on that. All right, we got lots of berries, lots of plant fibers coming in. We're doing well on some resources that I was pretty worried about at the beginning. Interesting. The market, which gives us global carrying capacity increased by 10, access to leisure and treatment. Or some people and some porridge. Like, neither one of these are very exciting. Burning at least 20 blight rot cysts is going to take 10,000 years. Like, for there to be 20 cysts, this pyromancer is effectively not. Simply not going to happen. So we'll take the other one, but I think that's also not going to happen. Discover 2 forbidden glades within 420 seconds of each other is not really all that challenging. A 50-point reduction in hostility, some scrolls, and ale to use for stuff. I mean, I do not hate that. And I don't really want to deliver 50 oil and coats. I want to get those and have them and use them. So I'm going to take all at once here. And we're going to strategize an approach to a different forbidden glade. I think it's that one over to the right, probably, or to the left. I guess like this one and this one are about equally difficult to reach, in the sense that we would be going through just one dangerous glade in either direction. So you can pop one of these and then pop the one that we're really close to up here already. You know, I don't hate it. I think I'd rather break into this one just because we're, you know, opening up space that's hearth adjacent by doing that. So I think that's going to be the plan for the moment. Also, for the moment, we do have a lot of barrels. So we can start in on the making of the pickled goods probably even before we really have a way of making it a long-term idea. This fits perfectly right next to the right next to this thing. I mean, I feel like jerky is really the most important thing because it's the need that overlaps between the 2 species that have the lowest resolve, the ones that are always in danger. We have the ability to make incense now. Yeah, all right, skip ale. But I think this makes sense. We'll make enough incense to be able to deal with this. And we'll make some pickled goods, like, give me the 20 incense, and the pickled goods, I guess, like, never stop making them. Just whatever you can use, just highlight everything. Any way you have to complete the pickled goods recipe, complete it. All right, they're delivering lots of goods. They'll get started on that. That'll help with our kind of crummy resolve levels a little bit here. See if the recipes available here have changed. They have indeed. Okay. So we have some dye. I think it's not really a useful trade. We have lots and lots of stone income, but unfortunately, making a market trip out of that gives us 8 amber back costs 16 packs. It's the problem with heavy goods. Same problem here. Well, here we only need 12 packs, and they did produce until there were 14, despite my my order. Oh, but this only gets, yeah, shoot. No, to get to 8 amber, we'd have to You literally can't, actually. Literally can't do that. Okay, so I guess we're just waiting for it to show us some stuff that's, like, possible. I don't want to stretch our herbs too thin here, but we could put in some more provision packs. Okay, global production speed is faster, but traders arrive slower. Bonus nodes for, or bonus stuff for deposits, or choose one blueprint now from all unlocked blueprints. I gotta be honest with you. The big foragers camp would be good enough for us that I'm kind of thinking maybe we just take smuggler's visit. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And then we go ahead and reassign some people here, and this'll feed us for a good long while. And also I'm going to rotate it. I don't know why it's facing that way. All right, more coal. Rad. So now we just need 10 packs of building materials, which sucks, but, you know. Unfortunately, with this one, I think we can't... Oh, no, I can highlight everything. We can make 3 packs of building materials out of 14 copper ore. I think that's going to be the move. We do want to smelt some of this copper, but also I'm gonna do this. You know what? Actually, this would not be a horrible place to install some extra efficiency, but we don't have any rain gathering yet. That is certainly fixable. Although, sadly, we only have enough parts for 1 rain collector. Well, I guess go get it done. We'll assign 2 harpies to it for a little while here. And we got to get some housing built. Okay, all of a sudden this wants to change. I don't think we want to sell any of our barrels. Pretty sure the barrels are spoken for. Okay. So I need to turn on water skin production. This might also be a good place to dig in here, because we don't have necessarily a huge amount of the resources that we need for this stuff. Like, we have to be pretty efficient with it. I'm gonna turn off... Well, you know what? Boots are also a shared need. We have plenty of leather somehow. Yeah, okay, so let's put some people to work in here. We can get comfortable harpies, or we can get more effective lizards. I think let's do that. Again, we're trying to maximize yields at the moment. And then we need housing. So right now we have 2 beaver houses. We need to build 1 more beaver house. And I'm going to build housing for the new people up here near the other hearth so that we can get its level up. 4 lizard houses doesn't quite cover. We actually need 7 for for full coverage of the people we have now. Yeah, this area is I'm just gonna build it out in kind of a weird way because this is blocking us at the moment. Okay, so that'll get us there. And then harpy houses, we only need 1 more at the moment. Okay. And we have some space here that we could use for, like, decorations. Put down some public benches. And another thing over here. How about a supply of barrels? Everybody loves glowing barrels full of mysterious things. Okay, so that's all going to be kind of a pain in the ass. We are still really stretched on processed goods, but we at least have the resources for them. It's just that I'm using them as quickly as we're making them in a lot of cases. Okay, the mine has run out of ore. However, we do have the ability to upgrade it to access further ore. So, get a pit pody. A deeper mine level is revealed 100 copper ore. So there's 160 ore, or automated mine carts to transport resources from the mine to the warehouse, or an increase in production speed and 100 ore. And then we'll basically get to make the same choice again. And the cost of any of these is 20 bricks or 20. You know what? Honestly, right now, we could just pull these people. We don't need to mine anything else right this moment. If I were going to take an upgrade, I think it would just be the box crib. I'm just going to pull everybody for the moment. We're setting up more buildings and stuff. We're gonna need people to work on that. And we've got our packs of building materials. So some coats, the tools we need, some more wildfire essence. Somebody take these tools and just break this down. Alright, and Sother, my friend, what have you? Reduction in storm duration, better coal production, better copper ore production. I mean, we definitely have the tools here to allow us to get a little bit of money and buy, like, storm duration down. So for 250, I mean, we could just pay for that with provision packs very easily. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Can we... Ugh, selling coats. Why do they only want the things that we desperately, desperately need? I mean, I guess that, you know, the answer is because they are needed things, right? These are the things that everybody desperately needs. Let's move the woodcutters down here. And we're going to access this clearing right here. Alright, I saw that we have 10 incense. Where would incense be tracked in here? Doesn't actually appear to be... Okay, it's in this display. Are we working on the additional incense? Okay, we are working on the additional incense. Or we just ran some back. Okay. So now with 20 incense, we can get this going. I mean, it's going to have to be planks, right? I'm just going to put people on it, and they're going to figure it out. That's a lot of planks. It's a lot more planks than we currently have. But yeah, I guess just jam as best you can. And we're low on fuel. I mean, we're making planks constantly. We are only burning wood. I guess we can fix that, right? I can recheck coal burning, but we don't have access to good supplies of other combustibles at the moment. Do I have the resources left to build a woodcutter's camp? I don't. We can't really do very much about that. Okay. That's problematic. It's problematic in the extreme. The Sacrament of the Flame gets us potential hostility reduction. Like, I kind of do want to do education here, right? We want to fulfill the education service needs. So We need to be able to produce scrolls somewhere, and then we need a building like this. It may as well be this one. Okay, things are coming along. Is this building... Okay, this place is not housing quite enough people yet. That's fine, we'll get there. Once this house is completed, because right now it should be the case that we have some harpies living in the shelters. Yeah, once that house is completed, that'll fix that situation. Okay. And yeah, we could really just use more hands. We just need more people in general. We are starting to trend blue. Get a little bit of reputation that way. There we go. We got our upgrade. And we have cracked into here. So what have we? An encampment and some escaped convicts. Large dewberry bushes, large root deposits. Really, things are really going well for us on the particular large gathering buildings that we've chosen so far. And this is no big deal at all. We can just persuade these guys to come live in the city. That will be fantastic for us, actually. We do have the stone necessary to arrest them, and I don't really want to think about what that means. Feels like the empathy thing, aside from being morally right, is also mechanically right for us here. But we're going to want to wait until after the storm, I think. Because we can't take the -7 resolve. Everybody needs to stop living so afraid. But there's not a lot we can do about it right at this moment. Okay, finish chopping that tree down, and then yeah, we'll cut away some of this stuff. I mean, we may as well just go ahead and prioritize it now. And then we can just break through, here it is, break through this and break through that other thing. That'll get us the reputation from the Forbidden Glades quest and a whole bunch of extra reduction from our secure perimeter, which I'm happy about. Yeah, you know, what we really need right now is tools. We just need another source of tools. Can I make... Do we have any of our oil-making buildings? Because we definitely have at least one building that produces oil, right? It's not the distillery. It's not the stamping mill. Shoot, am I misremembering? No, it's the butcher. We should probably get our butcher constructed. You know what else we need? We need space over here. We need like space that's near the other workshop. Well, all right, let's get a butcher going here. We'll try to produce some oil so that we can burn some things that are more efficient than just all of our lumber. Yeah, but we're doing really well on resolve for the moment. Let me hit this. We can probably... So we definitely don't need to build packs of building materials anymore. Let's go ahead and run those resources back. We're probably good on provisions for the moment as well. We need packs of luxury goods, but we can't make those here. So yeah, it's just a matter of time waiting until the trade routes provide us with something interesting. And then of course we've been, you know, it's cool that we've been picking up amber through our involvement with the trade routes. That's going to be very helpful. All right, so this trapper's camp can be moved over here to produce us an awful lot of eggs, it would seem. Yeah, I need to actually build out the roads. We do have enough stone that like maybe it's a sensible thing to do to just build stone path everywhere. But also, the stone is definitely good trade value. It's hard to want to throw it away like that. Quote unquote, throw it away, you know. How many? We have 14 packs of building materials. But I turned in the packs of building materials that I needed, and then I left the number really high. Yep, that's okay. Well, that's part of why we have such a dearth of stuff. It's wild how cheap those are. Trade does not value them at all. We can make this worth 9 pretty easily. This uses the rest of the copper ore, but I think that's probably fine. We know that we have a lot more copper ore available in total. It's just, you know, we have to upgrade the mine. And yep, fuel is perpetually low. Not a huge amount we can do about that. Okay, we have enough water generation. We can probably turn off incense making actually entirely here. We have enough water generation that we could certainly afford to install some pipes in some buildings. Where are we making the stuff that really matters? Gosh, we got to get that ranch going too. There are so many little pieces to our plans here, and they all cost 1,000,000 planks. Jesus. I guess there's not actually any need to get into the archaeology building, so it doesn't hurt us to build right in front of it like this. Okay, let's start getting newcomers in here and stuff. +1 to lizard resolve for training gear produced. I mean, we might at some point produce. We have enough plant fiber coming in, I think. I'm actually going to take training grounds. I don't know for sure that we'll get any benefit out of it, but we might. This, I think we got to take for its ability to produce pickled goods and whatnot. And then it is time to lay on the persuasion. Everybody should be fine? Yeah. Get over there, welcome them in. We can do the same thing here, welcome some new people. I hope y'all like berries, because it's the only thing we have to eat. Okay, we'll get that processed well before threat timing. We almost have enough planks in here for the excavation. Okay, the butcher is live. Let's get... So skewers we don't really need. Once again, just kind of use anything that happens to be laying around. Yeah, pressing oil out of all of our extra plant fiber, I think is going to turn out to be actually really valuable. And this is for sure a pipes building. I'm just going to dial this up to here right now at the very least. Bonus production speed, bonus yields. And let's get... Do we have some... lizards working in non-specialized professions? Okay, this plantation could be like harpies, so that we can have the leather worker be all lizards, or the butcher rather. Okay. Yeah, once we get the jerky and the oil going, we're gonna be in much better shape in a bunch of ways. We are going to need to build so much housing. Okay, it's a good problem to have. Let's let this finish so that we have an accurate count, and then we can work on the problem from there. You are not really doing anything of terrible import at the moment, so why don't we move you over to here and just get me some clearance in this area. Okay. Plus, this way they're closer to a warehouse along a road. And we don't need to move anybody into this area just yet, but we have some openings now. And we are very, very close to another point of reputation. We should be able to, we should be able to resolve the lizards up into the blue now. Okay, let's figure out some more housing. Because now we want to get this to level 2, right? Oh, hold on. Our herbalist camp has run out of stuff to grab. At the very least, we know there's a shit ton of berries over here. As ever. Okay. And that stuff's within... No, it is not within the hearth range. Okay. Not viable housing space. But we have some viable housing space over here now. So we need 5 beaver houses in total. We can put a couple of those up over here. We can also build back here. This is a reasonable housing area. We can move the stonecutters camp again. I think for the moment, yeah, let's put this like here. Let's turn the woodcutters camp so that it's not facing directly into the backside of that. And then housing. This stuff is slightly out of reach. Let me move this over here for the moment. Just get rid of this copse of trees because it's like right in the way. Okay, 2 beaver houses. We are at 19 lizards. So we're going to need 3 more of these. Do that. And then 25 harpies is an unusual number. So we have 10 of these. We need 3 more harpy houses down, which would be like... This will be enough housing to push that to the maximum, the value necessary for the neighborhood. So we can build the harpy housing over here a little bit as well. Okay. And we get a blueprint call. What we're looking for here mostly is service buildings, I think, at this point. And we have a lot of our basics covered, right? Yeah, we have recipes for boots and training gear. I think... So let's take a reroll on this one. Tavern's always good. At the very, very least, you can just have 3 people work it for 3 resolve. We don't currently have a source of crystallized dew, and since we are collecting rain, it is basically free metal from the water types that you're not using a lot of. That is certainly something. But also tavern. Because we have about 1 billion ore. Oh, okay, they did the thing. So, ready to begin the final stage, reconstruction. A mythical creature is finally being unearthed. Huge bones are put together, revealing the full form of the monster that once inhabited this land. I mean, this is easy enough to do with stone or incense or whatever. And pipes, probably. We can make some pipes. We'll get a couple of points of reputation, an additional cornerstone, and sea marrow for copper ore production. What? Grants sea marrow for copper ore production. That's weird. Like a perk that... Okay, that's weird. Weird but useful. So, pipes. Do we at this moment have the raw metals to make the pipes? Yeah, we can run this recipe another 8 times, producing 16 additional pipes. So yeah, as we start pulling pipes for the construction, they will get the job done. I'm inclined to say let's just use the rest of the incense. That's cool. 2 points of reputation is going to get us a considerable portion of the way to where we're going. We can get that done. This tinctury... We are eventually going to need dyes. Right, if we're going to get our education need met. But also, we need to actually build these buildings. We have all these theoretical... what do you call it? All these theoretical service buildings need to get actually constructed. Okay, that's done, so we can get you back on this other project now. Does that access square... It does point directly to a tree. I think that's bad. Here, we'll place this like this. So Hilda has arrived with building materials. Food production speed up. 20 pottery every time you get a new glade. I don't think that's so exciting for us now that we have water skin production set up. But I do think that we want just kind of like building materials en masse, right? Yeah, looking at what she has to offer, I think this is basically the only things we would want. And we can certainly make this work. So I'll give you all of my amber. And then also probably like some of these packs of building materials. I'm comfortable with that. All right, that'll accelerate a bunch of stuff. Okay, we can unfavor you. Your blue threshold has really crept upwards. Oh, I should probably put a limit on the oil. Like, we don't really need to have all that much oil. Because if we don't limit the oil, they're gonna produce a crazy amount of it. Okay, the ranch needs to be... Sorry, the ranch probably needs to be in full-time meat production mode, right? So the ranch would use drizzle water. This is also using drizzle water, though. We need more rainwater collectors. Which means we need more parts, which is not a thing that we can do very easily. This is asking for a large enough number of stone that we can actually... Yeah, okay. That'll get us to profitable trade. I'm gonna have y'all maybe take it easy on the... You know what? Just get unassigned, actually. We have so many packs of provisions, like... Okay. Wow. Things are getting bad during the, during these late storms. The tavern's almost finished, and the tavern will pull everybody except the harpies up above that threshold. Hey, like, focus on this tavern for a second, would you? Get that last lumber in there. Okay, there we go. Really feeling that that duration reduction. Porridge production is not important to us. Boost global resolve by 1 for every 3 levels of standing with other trade routes you have. We're nowhere on this. 3 clay per minute is kind of nothing. We could maybe make some friendly relations stuff happen, and it does actually like go to what do you call it? It actually does like affect the things that make us win. At this point, I am feeling like we have enough hands. We probably don't need to pull more people right this second. We do need to throw down some additional decorations in the area around the camp, which will help us with another little bit of resolve. So let's put down like a very aesthetically pleasing little lamp over here. Clearing out some space behind the hearth would also probably be good. Here, this will be a start. And then we need, like, I don't know, some bushes. Those will be cool. And we have, like, little bits of unusable space elsewhere, just because of how I built all the buildings in weird spots. So we'll look, a little pipe going into the building. Isn't that cute? And then also we need 3 more of these. Some normal barrels that don't look like they're going to explode. And some more barrels that do look like they're going to explode, because we want people to have spice in their lives. I think that's enough. I think when all that stuff gets put together, we'll be at the threshold. Okay, yeah. So that'll jump that encampment up to a neighborhood. Good news for us. And yeah, resolve's looking really good, actually. Okay, we're a couple of minutes away from 2 points of reputation here. We are no longer burning wood exclusively in the hearths, which is great. We're still kind of not keeping up. And I think at this point, so we're about to pull 2 reputation from the archaeology, 1 reputation from profitable trade. If we hit all at once, we're basically done. So yeah, let's stop focusing on this stuff and start focusing on that stuff. That is way too much clipping down. Okay, there we go. Nope, actually, sorry, never mind. I did that before too. That's not the clearing. This is the clearing. We gotta put the trees, put the lumber thing down over here and cut through considerably more trees than that. And in fact, so many trees that we're going to have to move the lumber camp partway through the process. Let's go ahead and collect profitable trade, even more efficient plank production. Sea marrow is wonderful. We get to choose a new building, but at this point I don't know that it matters a super huge amount. Okay, there's the 2 reputation from the skeleton completing. Check that shit out. That's rad. Gain 10 sea marrow for every 10 copper ore produced. Wild. What a weird effect. The anatomical features of this beast indicate an adaptation to life in water as well as on land. Due to this, sea serpents are excellent hunters, preying on lonely caravans and lost settlers. These preserved remains show traces of blight rot. Could it be that these creatures have brought this plague to the surface when emerging from the depths of the ocean? Also, this is 9 harmony decorations. We don't even need those. Grain bags are useless. Grain gain oil when producing flour. There's a lot of upgrades that just have to do with flour. I guess we're picking training grounds for a second time. Seems kind of silly, but fine. If that's how it's gonna be. Okay, we did manage to clear out an awful lot of space up here, so I guess, like, you know, we'd want to put down a temple here eventually. Oh, the stonecutters camp just ran out right in front of us. We have a little bit more stone for you to cut, just a tiny bit. But yeah, we're starting to resource out a little bit. Obviously, like this would be less of a problem than it looks because we are about to open 2 large glades. So there's going to be stuff to be had. Let's stop favoring you. Yeah, and all at once is our completion. That is the plan in its whole entirety. Here, cut a couple more trees down so that we have room to tuck the thing in here. They are having to run an awfully long way. I guess that's not so bad. Okay, and even with all of this, we're still only at Impatience 4. These Impatience 6 effects are, like, wild to me. How do you even survive long enough to hit Impatience 6? I feel like the queen would be done with you long before you ever got there. Alright, and remember, we don't necessarily have to deal with the glade event. We just have to open the glade and then open the other glade. Alright, so let's pop up to here and do the same thing. Alright. What did we get? We got a big haunted lighthouse. Once upon a time, there must have been a coast and a harbor here. Now this place is haunted by fishmen, and the waters have withdrawn. An ominous light is coming from the top of the house. So, we have the resources to cleanse this place, which will get us a point of infamy. Okay, Viceroy executions are quite rare, but not as rare as you might hope. So, you know, be careful with the infamy around the queen. But also, for some reason, 5 sea marrow per minute. I guess we're just, like, hauling fishman bones out of the place? It must be absolutely packed with them. Yeah, okay. Or we could burn it down and get, like, a ton of resources. In either case, we're not going to need to. Found ourselves a tea doctor, which is interesting. +1 to global resolve for every 200 times any complex food need is fulfilled. We are at 1 and almost there to a second. This is actually a really cool building. I don't think I've seen this one before. Treatment and religion is an interesting pair of needs. Yeah, that's really interesting. But obviously, the plan is still this. Once our favor resets, we can also get going. You know what? The lizards might push us over without us even needing to hit this other thing. 3 packs of provisions with every new villager. Production speed of metal recipes goes up. I guess this, but honestly, like, we have 5.5 minutes to cut down like 6 trees, and if we get that, we win. So hard to imagine that's not what it's going to be. We'll favor the lizards, and we'll see which one gets us there first. And then we will be all done. Okay, there it is. In fact, never been easier. And then hostility goes down. Hooray. And we get some scrolls for our education and whatnot. This is set up to be the most functional society we've ever put together by like a huge margin. Alright, so that was our first Scarlet Orchard game. We've collected a lot of reputation points through villager resolve over the course of our run here, because I do enjoy doing it that way. That's true. We did, in fact, Dice with Death 2. And we reconstructed a servant skeleton. Hopefully the rewards for these will actually be cool. And with that, we have positioned ourselves to reseal the next rune. Didn't really make a lot of use of the water technology there. We're not going to bother with that world event, I don't think. Let's just head back to the city and collect our bonuses. Okay, the Scarlet Orchard thing has just given us some Rosevine for our home. This is enough XP to push us up another level. I'll take that. I'll take XP. Alright, so we've unlocked another species. Foxes are skilled scouts and feel comfortable working in buildings infested with blight rot. I mean, we've seen that pink blight rot symbol a lot on our buildings. So obviously fox houses, the tea doctor, the tea house. A couple of interesting cornerstones. Yeah, sort of. The prayer book's cool. Alright, and along with the foxes obviously come a significant number of new species combinations that can affect how we're valuing our various needs. So that's always good. And let's buy some upgrades. Okay, Fox House unlocks next level. I sort of want to take this starting resource here so that we're ready to move up and add good housing to our early buildings. I think we've seen a lot of benefit from that. But we were also definitely feeling pretty strongly about this. How often will we actually get hearths upgraded to 3? I mean, it's probably not a thing we'll always do. Ooh, but getting to choose to start with a bunch more planks as an embarkation bonus. Yeah, I think we want this and we want the things that are behind it. Let's go ahead and unlock that. And then we have enough left that we can also grab 10% more resources whenever you finish the settlement. I mean, you know, the earlier you take an income bonus, the better it's going to be, I guess. Should have probably grabbed that before. Okay. And with that, 12 seal fragments required, a minimum difficulty pioneer. That's pretty much where we're at. So that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. I am very happy living where the bones are. But when you come back next time, we will once again be constructing a massive mythical guardian to do a thing that I don't fully understand, but somehow this is helping to fight the storm or something. Listen, I don't know. I just go where they tell me. Come back next time for that, and we'll see you then.